Having the energy of a 16-year-old after the age of 25 only comes down to three things. When I turned 21, I was around 210 pounds. And I noticed that my energy started declining, and the people that I was hanging around with, and you would just hear from conversations from, your parents, the people that you are at work with, are just like, oh, I wish I had your energy. Oh, the good old days of when my energy was peak. Now I just rely on energy drinks, caffeine, and other bullshit things to help them get through their days. But as I got older, and now that I'm 25 years old, I can noticeably see the difference between my energy. And I would say, in fact, that I have more energy now that I'm 25 years old than I did when I was 16. And it comes down to really three things that I prioritize in my life and changed around. The first thing is I make sure I don't keep any excess luggage. And what do I say when I mean luggage? When we were 2 weeks ago hiking in the mountains in BC, me and my family, we would always bring a backpack around with us. It was around 30 pounds. A bunch of stuff was in it, some water, towels, change of clothes, because we would stop by in rivers, go swimming, and obviously if you're hiking for, 4 to 6 hours, you're gonna need some water. Especially the routes that we were hiking, it was no joke. And, it was awesome because we wanted a little bit of a workout too, some scenery. But the point that I'm trying to make is as we were hiking, we would be swapping bags. I would hold the backpack for like an hour or two. My brother would hold a backpack for an hour or two, same as my dad. And usually, typically after 2 hours of holding a 30-pound backpack, climbing at an incline of like whatever, I don't even know the exact percentage, but it wasn't just like a stroll through the park. It was like climbing a mountain. Like we were in Whistler climbing some big peaks. After 2 hours of holding a 30-pound bag, I was spent. I was sweating, tired, and the moment that backpack came off of me was when I literally just got all of my energy back. I was like, oh, okay, now I'm fine. I can keep hiking for another four hours, because all of that weight just got transferred off of me, and I just felt lighter, more energetic, and just all of a sudden this energy just came out of nowhere to keep going. And it was the exact same thing what happened when I went from 210 pounds to 170 pounds. I literally lost 40 pounds, and the difference wasn't, like small. It was like genuinely so big that I didn't feel the need to, take naps throughout the day. I didn't feel the need to constantly be relying on coffee and just feeling lethargic all day. Obviously, some other key things came into play that allowed me to, manipulate my energy a little bit better too, diet being a big one. But it just comes to show, and like with this example and analogy that I'm trying to use, is even losing like 10 pounds. And I'm sure a lot of people watching this have gone through like a phase in their life where they were like 180 pounds and then they dropped down to like 165. And that feeling of being like indifferent of weight of even 15 pounds, how much that does to your energy on a day-to-day basis. Even clients that I talk to over the phone, when I ask them, how much weight are you trying to lose? They tell me, oh, I want to lose 15 pounds. I ask why. Because the way that I felt when I was 15 pounds lighter, I just felt more youthful, more alive, and just had more energy. Now that I've put this 15 pounds back on, it just feels like everything's being drained, and I feel a lot more slowish and sluggish. So the number one thing to increase your energy without doing anything different is literally just by lowering yourself to a healthy body fat percentage where you feel light, agile. It's like, why do you think all these insane, like I on my For You page on like Instagram and like TikTok, I'll like be swiping through these like cracked out runners who just like post all these different things and like videos of them, like they literally like look like they're on cocaine sometimes with the amount of energy that they have. It's because they're like, 120 pounds, 6 foot, and they're just like pure skin, bone, and a little bit of muscle. It's like they're like a walking feather. I'm not saying that's bad, because like that's the sport that they chose to do, and it's like, okay, to each their own. I personally don't want to be that light, but even like the difference of like when I'm like cutting and bulking and like just trying to pull back on fat now versus like when I'm like super lean versus like a little bit bulked up, it's a huge difference. So the number one, for the first thing piece is get rid of the excess luggage. You will see how much more that changes in your life when it comes to your energy. The second thing that I prioritize, and it has been the biggest beneficiary for me for like health wise, mental health, appetite control, and just overall like waking up with a shit ton of energy ready to like attack the day, is I protect my sleep like it's like religion almost. Like it's literally like a religion to me, the amount I like protect and like value my sleep. And I value and I know how I perform when I've gotten like 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours, 7 hours, 8 hours, 9 hours, 10 hours, 11 hours. I've never really like touched anything above 10 hours. Maybe I've touched 11, but I've realized my sweet spot is between 7 to 8 hours. I'm functional, I'm good at 7 hours. I'm functional, I'm good at 8 hours. Anything below that is I just crash midway throughout the day. Anything above that, I just feel lethargic because I've overslept. And I'm sure that there's a thing called oversleeping, because like I've felt it before. And sometimes I'll like read my Whoop, and all of a sudden it's telling me like you've built up sleep debt, you need to sleep like 10 and a half hours today. It's like, okay, chill. Even if I wanted to, I couldn't. But it comes down to like an individual thing, because I know some people who run and perform great on like 4 to 6 hours. I personally could never do that. And it's just there's always recommendations and things that are going to be ideal, but at the end of the day, you need to know yourself and you need to know what you optimize and perform best at. So I would personally if you don't know what you perform best at, start with 7 hours. That's like the benchmark for everything. See how you feel, see how you perform. Then if you feel yourself a little bit tired, give yourself more. Bump yourself to 8 hours. I perform the best at 8 hours. I will, even on the days that I don't set an alarm, I'll just naturally wake up after 8 hours of sleep and feel revolutionary. So sleep is a huge thing when it comes to energy, not only because it's going to allow you to control your hormones, it's going to optimize your energy, put you in a better state of recovery so that you can perform for the next day. But back to the hormone aspect of it, it's going to help you manage your things, your hormones that play a crucial aspect within your energy day to day. Number one is your testosterone. Your testosterone is going to be rebooted and revamped overnight as you're sleeping so that it can be optimized for the next day. And then your ghrelin. On the days that I don't get that 8 hours because something happens, I got a flight or some shit where I got to cut my sleep short, I can see how much more my appetite is affected, and I'm just thinking about food, thinking about wanting to eat more and stuff like that. So even when you have a big or more meals, it's going to affect your energy because of your hormones that are correlated to food. And then overall, just your mood, a lot of, those people that show up pissed at work and just overall bring bad vibes and energy. I'm sure if those bastards got 8 hours of sleep or whatever's optimized for them, that 7 to 8 hours, they'd be in a better mood. And just overall, your mood has a huge correlation to your energy. Like people with high good energy and good positive vibes, typically have a good stable mood. And the people that don't are just affected by like, you know, stress, underslept, and whatnot, and they're just overall in this like negative low frequency state, which spread to other people around them. And in order to, you know, fix that, it's obviously also a mindset issue, but I'm sure if they got a good night's rest, they'd be in a better mood. Because I even know myself, like when I don't get a good night's rest, I could be a little bit of an asshole sometimes. And then when I get like my ideal amount, I'm just like, you know, a happy individual with all this energy that I just want to share with the world. And then lastly, which also correlates, you know, with your weight, the way that you look, is your diet, right? You cannot feel energized, you cannot perform to your best capabilities if you are fueling your body with, you know, shit processed garbage foods. It's just not like biologically the way that we're designed. We are not designed to be, you know, low, like we're just not designed to eat low quality foods. We're such complex creations. Like think of it, like you're literally just like watching me on a whatever you're watching me on, whether it be a laptop, a computer. That's not the point. But the point is that like think of who we are, that we've invented things like this. Like just like fathom it for a second, how complex human beings are. And like the things that we're able to achieve, the things that we're able to create, the things that we're able to build when it comes to like tech, medicine, and, you know, architecture, all these things. Such an intelligent being that we are, you think that it's not going to be your like intelligence, your creativity, your overall just like capabilities aren't going to be in performance, aren't going to be affected by the foods that you give, like you feed yourself. It goes so much deeper than just like, oh, you know, like look good and stuff like that. Like it's like fuck looking good. That's just like a byproduct of eating healthy and training. It's about also like what it is that you're using to fuel this like body that you've been given, that it's like so unique, so complex, like literally just such like an unfathomable gift and creation. Like so many people are just like living their day-to-day lives and just like, you know, worrying about shit that doesn't even matter. At the end of the day, like we're all gonna die, okay? Like, okay, great, pay your bills, you know, work hard and stuff like that. But like just think of it on like a deeper level. Like you're a human being and you're gonna feed yourself, you know, fucking Oreos and chips and whatever. Like it goes a lot deeper than that, and it's like the same thing with animals, right? There's a reason why certain animals eat certain things. You know, a snake isn't going to fucking eat grass. It's gonna eat whatever it eats. I don't know exactly what snakes eat, but like, you know, like mice, rodents, and things like that. Same thing as a lion, right? A lion is a carnivore, so he's going to eat zebras. I don't really know exactly what lions eat, like, but you, the point is, lions eat to fuel themselves and to live and to survive, because they're also, you know, complicated creatures and creations. But a lion isn't going to lower its standards just because it's hungry and all of a sudden start eating fucking grass. No, it's going to stay hungry until it can get and eat its meat, until it can hunt its prey. You know, and at times it might be shitty. The guy's like, fucking, oh my god, I haven't eaten in days. But he's not just gonna go to fucking over there and just munch on some hay. It's the same as you. Of course, you know, like at times enjoy the things that make you happy. But 80% of your fuel that's going to be fueling this complex body that you've been given should be the things that, humans are to eat to be optimized at. Whole foods, complex carbohydrates, fruits and veggies. It's just after you start fueling yourself with like the things that have actually been designed to be consumed by us humans. And sure, okay, like there's so many people, oh, we should only eat meat, oh, we should only eat veggies, oh, we should be vegetarians, omnivores, all this bullshit. Like at the end of the day, eat a well-balanced fucking diet. Like don't stress over that shit. It's like those people that are like so serious are like the same people that are just like, so spent on like politics. It's like, oh, I'm a hardcore leftist, I'm a hardcore rightist. Listen, asshole, you're a human at the end of the day. This is just all, this political and shit is just all man-made, just created to confuse you. Same thing as all these other diets. Just eat whole foods at the end of the day, and you will see how much your energy, performance, and you just actually feel like yourself, like an actual human being, and not like a dead, depressed zombie. Because it's the same thing, and I made a video about it the other day, how food affects your mental state as well. So if you want to understand that a little bit more, watch the video that I just posted before this one. And if not, then that's cool too. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. To sum it up, there's 3 things that I prioritize to keep my energy as a 25-year-old even better than I was at 16 years old. And it's number 1, not keeping excess luggage on my body, staying in a healthy body fat percentage, 10 to 15%. Number 2, protecting sleep and guarding it like it's my religion. And then number 3, making sure I'm fueling myself to get the adequate energy that I need. Try any one of these things, even without doing the other 2, and it's going to completely change your life. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm going to leave you like I always do. Like, share, subscribe if you're new. Leave a comment for the algorithm. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Create more than you consume, serve others, love everyone. Peace.